Arg, the mateys. It's the E-Man here. And yeah, it's the E-Man here. And I guess I wanted to talk about a movie. Recently on YouTube, there's now an AI thing that you can ask questions, like how to do videos and whatnot. And I guess one big thing it's kind of suggested, I should do more videos where I talk about movies. Yeah, I hope you guys like this costume. Yeah, I'm making this video right after that other video I just did to show off my costume, so make sure they're in order. But oh yeah, we gotta say the name like 3 times. Beetlejuice. 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 Yeah, Beetlejuice. Like Michael Keaton. Beetlejuice. Yeah, a great classic Tim Burton movie. I think. Yeah. I guess this is the 20th anniversary deluxe edition, regular DVD. Yeah, what special things did they do to this particular version? Well, let's see. Special features. They have 3 episodes of the animated Beetlejuice TV series. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Basically, there's this couple, and they get killed, and they go to neither world kind of a afterlife place, and they discover that they're dead. And while they're doing all that, the people try to move into their house, and then of course they try to get the services of Beetlejuice, a bio-exorcist. Basically, Beetlejuice specializes in scaring the living out of their house. Yeah, there's the book of the recently deceased and many particular things. Of course, these people are trying to scare these parents, and then they meet Lydia, played by Winona Ryder, and yeah, and then in the end they become friends. Winona Ryder is finally able to, you know, get on of her life and not be so down. Um, when I was younger, I mean, I didn't quite get what was going on with Lydia. Yeah, supposedly Lydia was trying to going to off herself or something. It's like, wow, that's a little bit dark. Well, yeah, I had heard that there was that Tim Burton had altered it from some other movie that was probably kind of violent, a demon or whatnot. And I believe it was Michael Keaton himself that met Tim Burton for lunch or something, and he was dressed up in the full Beetlejuice outfit. Kind of said, "Well, this is how Beetlejuice is supposed to is going to be." Yeah, of course we had like Alec Baldwin as yeah, and Gina Davis. Yeah, I have watched Beetlejuice 2, and I like that, but I still like the original one. Also, I've also heard we're probably going to be getting a third movie. So, well, you have to say his name 3 times. So, yeah, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, in the end, they're able to work it out. They're able to work with the living family and whatnot. Yeah, the second movie doesn't have them in it at all because supposedly they cross over, so we get more of an idea of people still have to cross over. That the nether world is just kind of a purgatory before deciding if you go to heaven or the place down below. Anyway, the biggest criticism I have of this movie, as much as I love it, is that Beetlejuice is not really in the movie a whole lot. Like, there's a scene where he's sticking his arms up trying to get a fly because he wants to eat the fly or something because he's inside the model that they have built that the couple was working on and building. Because the husband of that couple likes to, build a miniature of the whole town and stuff, like a town in Vermont, which is where this was filmed. Yeah, yeah. And Michael Keaton, of course, is great. He's really great. really funny, really funny. And now I believe wasn't did he do this before the original the Tim Burton Batman movie, the first Tim Burton Batman movie? I don't know. I think maybe he had done He did Batman after this. I think, or maybe before. But anyway, it was like really cool. Yeah, there had been like other plans of sequels. Remember, I think one was like Beetlejuice goes to Hawaii or something. Like supposedly the family buys a hotel in Hawaii and it's like cursed or something, and Beetlejuice has to show up and help them to get rid of it. The sequel that we got, it was kind of cool. Go back to the town. You know, Lydia's all grown up and she has a daughter, and they have other issues. She had been married, and her husband had died because he went to the Amazon and disappeared. And it's like, yeah, it's a little bit crazy. And all the dead people are really cool in it. Yeah, I do feel like there are some scenes I think that were edited out of it, like on TV. Some scenes that were rather intense for that time. Because we're talking like before a lot of CGI or whatever, so it's kind of interesting what they were able to do. Yeah, the whole thing with Beetlejuice was like the snake. That was like a whole model that they had to make, like a stop motion animation thing. So it's pretty cool. Do wish Beetlejuice was in it more. I mean, the second movie's cool. Michael Keaton is always he's pretty much good in just about anything he's been in. He's pretty good. So yeah, yeah, yeah. And Beetlejuice kind of dealing with the ideas of life and death and all that. It's kind of a unique kind of take on everything. Yeah, I do remember how they have a lawyer like there. It's just like trying to teach them how to scare them out of the house and explain to them how they're dead and stuff. Yeah, the smoking lawyer, she's like she's like a very a classic professional actress, I believe. I forget what her name is, but I think she was like a very classic actor. Yeah, Tim Burton always could always get some of the most you know some of the most coolest actors to be honest. Things like Edward Scissorhands movie. I went back and watched that, and I was like, it's like the guy that creates the monster that created Edward Scissorhands. It's Vincent Price. I was like, oh my god, that's Vincent Price. He looks like he's about 90. I was like, this must have been his last thing that he did was Edward Scissorhands, where he was the creator of Edward Scissorhands that died. And I was like, wow, that was Vincent Price on there. And then the original Batman movie we had was Jack Palance, a classic like Western villain yeah was uh, was the Carl Grissom boss dude in the Batman movie. It's like it's cool. Yeah, it's like one of the classic Tim Burton movies. I did like the second one, not like super good, but I still liked it anyway. It was interesting when in the second movie, like we try to figure out who Beetlejuice is and why probably he's kind of being punished. Yeah, why he can't really move on or go to the afterlife or whatever. Yeah, a lot of interesting music was in this too. I heard recently the musician that wrote some of the songs, like the "Telling Me Bananas" song, like he's since passed away. I heard that song was a reference to working conditions in I don't know, it was in the Caribbean or some state where people had to like they always had to work like picking bananas and stuff. Yeah, picking bananas and having to work themselves very hard to try to make a living and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, the animated series was interesting. The animated series took a whole different turn. Like In the animated series, Lydia and Beetlejuice are friends. In the movies, of course, Beetlejuice trying to marry her all the time. So, yeah, that's weird. Uh, oh, yeah, the sandworms and all of that. It's just really, really cool. Uh, yeah, I definitely suggest it's definitely still pretty good, I think, to go see the original one, the original movie. It has some kind of 80s kind of class to it that you just don't really find. It was a unique genre of movie. Some people consider this horror comedy, kind of like Ghostbusters was, where it's kind of ghastly and kind of creepy, but it's also kind of has a comedic sense to it. Yeah, like if people die a certain way, then they're forever going to look that way. So it's like it's kind of a weird thing. Yeah, I think it's great. Anyway, yeah. Well, that was my talking of Beetlejuice, Tim Burton's Beetlejuice, 20th anniversary edition. Wow, I feel like an old man. That was a while ago. I did love the cover. Oh, this is a very cool. Of course, I remember watching this on VHS tape. So yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try to find the Blu-ray or whatever. That'd be better to watch. But all right. Well, please like and subscribe as always. If you leave any comments you may have, I know a lot of you might be almost as old as I am, so you might remember Beetlejuice. Yeah, it was definitely one of those interesting movies from the 80s. There's so many really cool movies from the 80s that just feel kind of timeless. So the movie Beetlejuice, pretty cool. It will feel dated because you don't see anyone really using cell phones because of what time period it was and stuff. So, yeah, very unique things going on. Well, anyway, I hope you guys have got your costumes picked out and have things squared away for Halloween. Because yeah, yeah, is it Halloween is like the one kind of somewhat a holiday, but you don't get it off, and it's not technically a holiday. Technically Halloween, but yeah. Well, the way it is now, I bet they're already getting ready to start doing Christmas. So yeah, if you need any Halloween shopping done, you gotta hurry up and get out there because they're gonna start taking down those aisles and getting rid of that stuff. Anyway, I'll see you guys later then. I'll see you guys around. Doing some more videos. Hopefully I'll be doing some more Sympathy Tonight. At the moment, I'm playing Ninja Gaiden 4. So I'll be a little bit before I get that squared away. Yeah, I'm planning on doing some more talking videos because I think that's probably the best. I think. Yeah, gameplay videos, like, hard for me to try to keep those kind of interesting, I guess. So I'll just do those videos, like gameplay videos, but then also be doing some other videos as well. Yeah, I gotta try to get up try to get my views up. Hopefully, try to get to attract some more subscribers again. I've lost like 2 subscribers. I don't know if they unsubscribed or the AI system unsubscribed them or whatever, but I heard a lot of people on YouTube are having problems with views. So, yeah, please try to do as many likes as you can, and I really want to try to get some views up. Anyway, all right, catch you guys later then. Bye.